Welcome to our podcast and welcome to the podcast.
Yes.
How
Both
are you?
of those things forever and always. I'm good. I'm thankful to be here with you.
Same.
Man, that light is burned into my retinas. I looked at you and I saw a black ring around your shit. Now I'm seeing it over there. And we'll go to the doctor shortly after this episode concludes. If we make it. Zoe,
Yes.
I woke up today and I was very excited to be near you today.
Yeah.
And that ain't no shit. That's actually no cap.
No shit.
Thank you. And I'm very excited to do this with you. And I'm very excited and grateful for the existence of this. Because I think that sometimes if we didn't have this, we would fill the hours that we take doing this with something else that might not always happen together.
Yeah.
So it's nice to be with you today.
That's fair.
Yes.
I'd say that's fair.
Yes. And that being said, let's get these recorded so I can get the hell out of here. This is what the F is that? Is that me? Did I just do that? Hi. Hey.
Hey.
Hi.
Hi.
This is a show where a hairdresser and a comedian who just happen to be married and kiss sometimes.
On occasion.
And we hold hands in public. I think that we're not afraid to hold hands in public.
Yeah, no, we're not afraid.
Take questions from you and answer your questions about your relationship to anything. I have in my possession several questions about people's relationship to stuff.
Yes.
What do you think about that?
I think that's fun.
And I could... What?
Mike recently got a community number.
Oh, yeah, you're fucking right. So I signed up for this thing called Community. And it has to be worth it because it's expensive and help. Also help. But here's the main goal of everything. Trying to get people to listen to the podcast, but more importantly, trying to sell tickets to stuff. Because that's the thing that I want to do for the rest of my life. I want to be an old guy being, hey, how long have you been together?
Hey.
And I'm going to do that when I'm 90 years old. How do you do that? You sell tickets for the rest of your life.
Well,
So you be entertaining enough. You live a life where you can look back and have experiences and perspective on those experiences where you could be like, I can make something funny out of that. And I want to do that until my brain completely stops working. How do you do that? You sell tickets to everything you do.
yeah.
How are you supposed to sell tickets if people don't know that you're coming to their shit? Well, I could text you now if you want. And you could text me.
Yeah.
And that was the roundabout way of saying that you can literally text me directly to my phone questions that you have for the podcast.
Yes.
And in doing so, you could add this number to your phone and be on a contact list that I will not abuse and go and text you 1,000 times a month about when I'm coming near you and doing shows or doing important things or whatever. I won't be overbearing.
No. And that number,
And that's my promise.
which will also be in the link below.
We should put it up, flashing up on the screen like those commercials selling like commemorative coins back in the day. Do you remember? At
Yeah,
the
I
bottom, it would be yellow
It would be late
in some
night.
gross font.
Yeah.
And it would blank sometimes.
And you too could have these coins for $14.99
They were
for
always-
17 months.
They were always like, "You're gonna want these coins. They're
They're
gonna
go
time.
fast.
You're gonna.
Are you a coin collector?
You're gonna fucking wish you had this shit. I promise." And these knives.
That number is 818-722-8682.
That's correct. And you could text that number, and I'll text you back.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you about things like this. On February 24th and 25th, I'm going to be in Vancouver doing the Surrounded Crowdwork show. I have a bunch of other shows around LA that I have to put on this website, which is a Squarespace website, but we'll talk about that some other time. March 9th, I'm coming back to New York City, the city that never takes even like a little nap for a second, like 15 minutes and you're up. Energized for the rest of your day. It's New York City, March 9th. I'll be at the Stand. I'll be there a bunch of times that week. I can't wait to tell you when I'm going to be there, but Surrounded show is always the most fun. There's an 8 and a 10. come to either or both.
You're also going to be in San Diego on the
17th and 18th is the show that I forgot to put up here for sure. At the Madhouse.
Yes.
Are you in San Diego? Are you doing all right? What'd you have for breakfast? Questions like that and so many more at the show in San Diego on the 17th and 18th at Madhouse.
kind of love that. I love that.
And I wish that you would come, but I understand that you're very busy.
Yeah.
And I understand it's a real bitch when you're very busy to flip-flop and fly around your schedule.
Yeah.
And
It
though
sucks.
I wish you would upend your entire schedule to hang out with me, I understand why you won't.
I appreciate that you understand why I won't do it.
I just wish that you would put everything you're doing on complete hold or cancel it to hang out with me.
I mean, if you paid, I've been trying to be a kept woman forever.
How much?
If to not ever work ever again?
To not ever work on the 17th and 18th.
No.
So you can hang out in San Diego with me.
Not doing it.
$50.
No, I've already
25.
I've already thought about it several times.
There's no dollar amount. How much you think you'll make? Do you feel comfortable talking about that on the show? How much do you think you'll make in a weekend?
Couple grand.
Okay, I have that. More or less. I'll find it. I was thinking about starting up my music career again to make money, because I made so much money as a musician that I was thinking about starting it again and then doubling it.
I'm into it. I support that.
Lisa Terso, through Jackie, told me to upload or re-upload a video that I put online in 2011 when I was living in Milford, Connecticut.
I love that.
Doing YouTube stuff. She
Yeah.
was like, why'd you take this off? This is fun.
Yeah.
And I appreciated that somebody else wanted something I made in 2011 so much. And I got so excited that I put it on Instagram and TikTok as well.
I love that.
Did not do well.
Did not.
But I was listening to it a lot. I remember so many specific things about that time. That is the place where me and you fell in love and had
Nope. Stop it.
a
Stop.
sing, I said. And we sat on a deck, a wooden deck that overlooked the water that is not there anymore because the earth took it back.
Yes.
And I looked into your eyes and I said, hey, I'm moving to Boston. Sorry, I'm going to ruin this.
Yeah.
And then I did that.
Oh, you ruined it for other reasons before Boston.
Thank you so much for remembering.
You're
and
welcome.
I lived in that house with my friend John, JT, and our dog Savvy. Rest in peace forever and always. Strong side Savvy. She fell out of a tree once and gained internet fame. And that was such a happy time in my life.
Yeah, that was also like a kind of a crazy time too.
Yes. That was
Yes.
right before I almost died the first time. Man, nothing like living a life where you have a couple stories about almost dying. But I was living in that house, and that's the house where I transitioned from like having regular day jobs to like being like a creative
freelance
person
Yeah.
full time. And it was very tough and very scary.
Yeah.
But dude, I remember sitting at that computer for hours and hours
I
with my
remember.
little instruments
Yep.
plugged in. And I would play these cover songs. It's where I started doing those fucking cover songs.
Yeah.
And that was such a fun time for so long, just figuring out like what I was going to do every week. And I remember the Bose headphones that I would have on that I would mix the sound in. And I was very bad at mixing sound. So bad that I would send it to Jim, who was the at times drummer and or guitarist, keyboardist for Mike Falzone
And
the
or
Peppermint
friend.
Tree. Oh, mostly
And
friend.
not friend.
No. Jim, friend.
Yeah.
Jim was responsible. I work at a bank.
Oh, right,
So I
right,
can't
right,
get
right.
too drunk when we play Tribeca the night
Yes,
before because
yeah.
I have to be up at 5:00.
Yeah.
Jim was the saint of the band.
Yeah.
The most fun and the most saintly.
Yes.
We all almost ruined Jim by being in that band
That's fair.
because he was too good for
Didn't
all
your
of
dad
us.
recently run into him?
My dad runs into James all the time,
Mm-hmm.
who was the bass player. Also, good organic plug for Mike Falzone and the Peppermint Trick.
Yeah.
And the only 5 songs we ever wrote that are on Spotify right now.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and give us a Grammy next year.
Yes.
At least a nom.
Yeah.
Give us a nom. Fuck, why was I even telling that story? So I released this video in 2011 when I was living over there.
Yeah.
And just looking at it, I remembered, like I said, I remember so many weird things. I remember editing that video. Like sometimes I can't remember very important conversations that we had seconds before hitting record on this podcast. But I remember like putting little transitions in to the video.
Yeah.
And I remember just so many, everything in that video triggers a handful of memories from that time. And it's something that didn't feel like forever ago until recently.
Yeah.
And now I look at that and I'm like, that was forever ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. That was a wild time.
Yeah.
That was fun. But I love that Lisa asked by way of Jackie.
Yeah. Very, very, very nice.
Very good friends of mine.
Dude, there's so many things you make, and I had so much fucking fun making that stuff, and then you put it out into the ether, and then a certain amount of people see it, and then it just belongs to the internet forever.
Yeah.
And for somebody to remember and go back to a thing that I made and had fun making is very nice.
Yeah.
And for it to come from friends from home, that's also very nice.
Yeah.
So thank you for that.
Thank you.
Do you have
Thank
anything
you.
to say before we get into questions?
No, not really. I got nothing going on.
Yeah, you do, dude.
I mean, nothing that anybody cares to hear about.
I care to hear about it.
Oh, just working away.
This
Got
is
a
the
lot
first
of
time I've
stuff
seen
happening.
you relax.
Yeah, today it was nice. I woke up so fucking early this morning and I couldn't sleep. My mama's sick. There's just like a bunch of stuff that's going on, and just
Yeah.
kind of gearing up to go home again 2 weekends in a row.
Mm-hmm.
It was funny. I was trying to see if I could like reschedule and just extend my trip.
Damn, dude.
Because I fly out and fly back for 3 days and then go back,
Yeah.
which sucks.
Dude.
Well, it was funny because so I fly out the last weekend of February, and then the first weekend of March we're back in Connecticut, New York. And I had said to my sisters, because I had to fly home, my grandmother's she's fine right now, but my grandmother is in heart failure and all the things. So I flew out quick and all of the things. And when I was home, we were talking about like, what are we going to do for my 40th birthday, right? And that's been like topic of discussion
Right.
every single time I talk to my sisters.
Your 40th birthday, which, as everybody remembers, was 4 years ago. Go on.
So
The story.
I was like, let's go to the casino, have like a spa day, casino night, nice dinner, fun. Let's
Gambling
whoop
in a
it
robe
up.
from
Yeah.
the room.
Yeah.
Hair and stuff.
Yeah, fuck it. Like cigarette dangling out of my mouth, like it'd be great. But I would go get like the party, like long
thing.
cigarette.
I was
Yeah.
just about
Class A.
calling everyone darling.
Yeah, Dolly. And then seeing someone from across the room and being like, baby,
Shuffling around
Yeah.
in slippers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they have to be like high heel, like slippers.
Dude, I was
like,
gonna say, I could see
with
you
like a
in-
fuzzy, like a
The robe from the room,
yeah.
full makeup,
Oh yeah,
really expensive shoes, hair, and maybe a towel, cigarette.
maybe, or a bonnet.
Yeah. Bonnet.
Yeah, like just like a
Yeah. Yeah.
save your hairstyle
Yes.
type bonnet.
We gotta go to
But
Vegas.
yeah, so I
Just
was
me
like,
and
let's
you.
go. And then I was talking to my sisters the other day, and I was like, dude, there's no way that I'm gonna want to fly in the weekend before, go home for 3 days, come back, and then drive an hour to only drive back in traffic the next day. I was like, we're not doing the casino.
No casino.
And then Violet was like, oh yeah, somebody I know stayed at the casino the other night, and her husband had bed bug bites all over his body, and I was like, yeah, that's a no.
Oh no.
That's gonna be a no for me.
Yeah. Yikes.
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
No good.
I mean, it's a risk you run.
Yeah. Especially in casino beds. Yikes. Ain't no higher roller than some bed bugs.
Yeah.
I always say.
They rolling high.
Yeah, they roll deep.
Mm-hmm. Into your skin.
They're on the deep rollers table. Zoe,
Mm-hmm.
would you like to start answering questions?
Sure.
These questions were sent to us on Instagram,
Mm-hmm.
some on Twitter, some on the community page
Mm-hmm.
on YouTube. Thank you, Josh. Thank you, Leah. Thank you, Lex. Thank you guys for answering questions.
Thank you for asking the questions.
Love the pod as always.
Thank you.
My friend texted me this week a question that I thought you and Zoya might have an interesting take on.
Okay.
Take on Me. You remember that? From a band called Aha. My friend is in her mid-20s and her boyfriend is a musician who has found some recent success and has been doing well with his band. Congrats. Have you heard of Mike Falzone and the Peppermint Trick? They were very big in the lower Tribeca area. They made out with FIT girls once. She had told me her feeling. Wait, give me a second. She told me that she's feeling inferior and a little bit jealous, though she doesn't want him to stop. And so she feels happy for him, obviously. They have really healthy communication, but I think she's struggling with feelings of not having success in her own hobbies and not wanting to feel the feelings of jealousy, insecurity, and inferiority that she is feeling. Any advice for her? Well, she doesn't listen to the show, so what's the goddamn point? She is outside of the circle of people who listen to the show, so what's the goddamn point?
This is the friend's boyfriend is having success?
It seems like her friend's boyfriend is having success, and she doesn't want to feel jealousy, but she does, and maybe feeling like she should be further along or blah, blah, blah. First of all, dog, success happens for everyone at different times. You can't be expected to hit it at the same time. Sometimes it's a back and forth, and the reason it's called a partner is because you have a partnership. It's not a same.
A same ship?
Same ship. Is it? Sometimes different. Anyway, so what's the point? Zoe, talk about all those times that you felt so inferior and jealous because of my comedic prowess, or when I was in a band really finding success with Mike Falzone and the Peppermint Trick.
Well, we weren't really together when Mike Falzone and the Peppermint Trick were a thing.
And thank God.
Yeah, seriously.
For us both.
I never felt that jealousy that this person is experiencing. I don't.
Is it because you're hot?
No. Maybe. But.
Don't. Dude, when you look away to try to not laugh, that gets me good.
Yeah.
That gets me good.
I never felt like that because I always want to see, my significant other doing great, like his success can also be your success. And like, even with my friends and stuff, I was never like that jealous person, like, oh, they're getting this or they're getting that. And I'm like, no, fuck yeah, let's celebrate.
Yeah.
There's no reason to compare yourself to other people. And I recently had this conversation with a friend. We were talking about like savings and all of that stuff. And, this person kept comparing their financial situation to other people's. And I'm like, everyone is in a different situation. And some may be better or worse off than what you are right now. Like it's all, instead of being jealous of it or like being down on yourself for someone else doing better than you it doesn't really make sense. It's not constructive.
Like if you got a strong partnership and if your relationship is good, you're on the team.
Yeah.
You're on the team that's doing good.
Yeah, because there's never going to be a time that if you're doing better than me, that I'm going to be like jealous or like, ugh.
Yeah.
No, I'm trying to figure out how I can reschedule clients so I can come and play and do whatever with you.
Yeah, that's what I think about. I'm like, if the band is doing good, then best case scenario, they go on tour, and then you as the girlfriend get to see so many different places if you can go.
Yeah.
Dude, especially like if you're in your early 20s and you think that you like your job and everything, I do hope that you like your job. I know it's tough to get sometimes and tough to get one that you like, but if you want to think about all the different opportunities you get that come through your whatever, that come across your desk, just kind of packing up and being able to see the country is not always a thing that's in the cards. So, and that's such a cool, beautiful, important thing that if you could do it, to see as many places as possible and meet people and see how people live and understand everybody from your own country. You got a whole country to explore. And now that opportunity is kind of like presented to you, and it might be worth getting excited about instead of being like, well, what am I doing or what am I contributing to the... Don't contribute, take. And then when you get home from tour, see what you could do.
Yeah. Because, you never know what is going to happen with his career. You know, like...
You might get broken up with soon. So you got to squeeze every last drop of this thing out.
That's true.
It's just one of the possibilities.
Yeah.
I went through the whole possibility of you living happily ever after and seeing the country. We explored that. And... doesn't matter because she doesn't listen to the show, but she might get dumped pretty soon. So go to Cleveland or whatever. I'm just kidding.
That's bad.
I'm just kidding.
No, but, like...
Cleveland.
Go to Wisconsin.
Go to Wisconsin. Eat a lot of just brisket.
Yeah, just try and change your perspective on it. Like try to be happy for others' success, especially if you had part in that also.
If you're feeling specifically, if you're a girlfriend of a boyfriend in a band and then you see girls being like, I love this band and I want to kiss the band. How do you get over that?
I mean, I have a client whose husband tours and does whatever, and they have groupies and all of that. Yes. And she does get to go to a lot of the shows and hang out and whatever.
Yeah.
And there was this one woman, girl, whatever, that was like, oh my God, he's so hot, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, yeah, he is, and she was like, I'm going to try and go talk to him. And she goes, yeah, go for it. And then the girl started talking to him, and he ended up calling my friend over and was like, oh, this is my girlfriend. And the girl was like, so like, it's like, it's pretty funny. I mean, just be happy. I had a friend last night win a Grammy and just over the moon for him and crushing.
Yeah.
Be happy for your friend's success.
I want to say one thing about that.
And your significant other's success.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Be happy for everybody's success. Also, as the girlfriend of the boyfriend in the newly popular band, before you go to bed every night, and this is just another option, get real close to his face.
So close.
Get on top of him and touch noses and grab him by the collar of his PJs, full body PJs. And you say, I was there when your band fucking sucked. And make sure he hears it before he drifts off to bed.
I wrote the last line in that song.
And then call out a song that you knew meant a lot to him, but no one else liked.
Yeah.
I was there when you wrote Silhouette. And I'll never, ever forget it. Good night. I love you.
I wrote most of you and me.
So, what I will say,
Yes.
congratulations to producer engineer Jeremy Hatcher for his Grammy win. And now it's time to air some dirty laundry.
What is it?
We did not win a Grammy when he produced You and Me for me.
Yeah.
The last song that I wrote as a musician. And I think that everyone is tweeting about all these things. Everyone is tweeting about this person didn't win and this person didn't win and the Grammys suck and blah, blah, blah. I think it's time that we start the Twitter campaign, as big as it may grow to be, that it's how horseshit it is that You and Me didn't win a Grammy. Interesting idea, Mike.
That's all right. But the guy that helped you produce it won a Grammy.
No.
So that's...
No.
No.
Let's say it right.
Let's
say it right. Not the guy who helped me produce it. The guy who made that song good didn't win a Grammy for making it good. And that's a travesty.
A tragedy.
Tragedy. Oops.
Do we have another question?
Yes. You don't want to talk about the
Nope.
the travesty?
No.
Did I swipe away from the questions? Yeah. Big deal.
Rude.
Did I mean to do that? Nori.
Nuri.
Here's a small one.
I'm still sweating.
Why? Do I make you nervous?
No.
Is it because I'm very attractive? Some people get nervous around me because of how attractive I am.
I doubt
Is that, do you fall into that category? Sorry.
Mike.
Do I? Do you?
Yeah.
Check this out. What do you think about that?
Stunning.
For those of you wondering what those noises were, I bit my mouth. Establishing boundaries with in-laws who think we're selfish for needing time to ourselves. Maybe not the best two people to ask a question like this.
I'm sorry. Say that question one more time.
But I already said it.
Well, say it again.
You were on your phone, so I don't feel like reading it again. You could watch the show with everybody else.
Give it to me.
No, here it is. Establishing boundaries with in-laws who think we're selfish for needing time to ourselves. I was going to say we're not the best people to ask for this because we have good relationships with our in-laws to the point where, like, I never understood all of those, so many in-law tropes. Well, I guess I understand it, but, like, I was always in a family who everybody got along for the most part.
I have a lot of clients that don't get along with their in-laws, and you just have to set the boundary, like, early on.
Yeah. Say, listen, I'm making out with your daughter or son. Deal with that.
Yeah, but I think, too, it's also on your significant other's plate to also set the boundary so that you don't always look like the bad guy.
So
to
if the problem
your in-laws.
So if the problem is like your guy, you have a problem with your guy's parents. Your guy spent more time with them, arguably, grew up with them, yada yada, knows what makes them tick. And it's up to that person to be like, Mom and Dad, I'm talking to you apart from Kimblern. My wife, Kimblern. Sternfany Kimblern. My wife, your daughter, ex-daughter, ex-machina. And I want to say that you need, and she's not here, so I don't have my arm around her. We need some time to ourselves. You guys are already adults. You did it. I'm sure somebody gave you some room to breathe. And if not, that's probably why you're all fucked up.
Right.
So sorry I swore, but we need some time to figure ourselves out as adults.
As a couple.
I need some time to make my way around your daughter or whatever. You do the words. No. That isn't how that works.
I was just going to say.
You say, I need some time to explore my wife. Yes. Explore my wife. That was a segment that we have and always do called Explore My Wife.
Explore my wife.
And it's one of my favorite things to do. And Zoe, while I look for any more questions, do you have any more insight onto the in-law situation?
No, I think what it is that, you know, you have to, the significant other needs to set boundaries for their family.
Kind of difficult to come into another person's family and be like, listen, I know I just got here, but here's what I need.
Yeah. Yeah. And for certain things, you don't have to go together to them. If you are feeling like you need a break from your significant other's family and there's a birthday party or whatever, oh no, looks like you are on the couch with some tea and Pepto, you know?
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Would you recommend taking Pepto if you don't need it? Just to kind of
No, I don't love taking Pepto, period.
Because turns
every
your poop
time
black.
I do, yep.
Interesting.
And
that is not a good sign.
But yeah, no, that's not a good sign. You guys,
what?
Just be good to each other.
Hey.
Take your friends' wins, your significant others' wins in their careers. Take them with them.
Yeah.
Be happy for them. Don't feel like they're going to just leave you in the dust. Because if that's the case, if you're feeling like that, there's something way more involved.
Yeah.
There's way more happening in your relationship than their success.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it's like that's what I was kind of saying before, is like if your relationship is strong enough, then you'd be like, we're on the same team. I'm on board. Good job.
And if your in-laws drive you crazy, talk to your significant other, have him put them in check, or have them, whoever, he or her, put them in check so that this way you don't always look like the bad guy. And that's my advice for today.
And that's a great job. You just did a great job.
Thank you.
Thank you for wrapping everything up.
You're welcome. You guys, again, Mike has a community number. If you guys have questions, send them to 818-722-8682.
Yes.
As always, you can find where Mike is doing shows at MikeFalzone.com.
Yes.
These will all be linked below. And as you know, patreon.com is a virtual tipping and rewards website where you give us a little bit of your hard-earned cash and we give our $10 group a shout out. Smooth operator.
It does sound like
that. Ryan Croteau. Siobhan. Nuclei, I'm back, baby. Hey, baby.
Welcome back.
Woo-wee. Ow. Cole Rusty, Joseph Capricusio, Shannon Haynes, DLD, Ernesto, Raja, Luis and Odette, Lauren Chauncey, Paul Gilliam, Derek Helling, Steve Diergo, Chris McCarthy, Trevor the Werefishy, Joe Penn, Happy Birthday Starlight, JJ McToots, Rachel Last Name, Mike Genie, Alan Garcia, Connie Tryon, Antero Baez, Frankie Matos Music, Johnny Rosito, Handcrafted Neckwear, CC PB&J, Adman, Emily Paget.
Saw her at the Surrounded show.
Yeah.
Recently. Didn't get to say goodbye to her. Thank you for coming.
Her friend Anna gave me a scratch and sniff Valentine.
One of the grossest
disgusting
smelling things I've ever smelled. But thank you so much.
Yeah, she knew it was
disgusting. I got a donut. So.
Caleb Perkins, Giant Tom Hanks, Lizzie Love, Gavin Welsh, Someone Tell Aaron, Jackie Hammond, the guy with long hair, Chris Johnson, and Auntie Vallis, Benjamin Putz, Meth Kush, Snuggle Pig H, Christina Camille, Mary Wanna, Michael Johnson, Kayla Johnston, Jules Run, Grant Levasseur, Chad Clark, Heather Ashley, What is Cat, Katie Taylor, Shane Welsh, Evan Canoe, Joe Band, Milky Beans, Jess Enright, Lillian Carrillo, Magnus Silva, Barrington Lloyd Lovett, Ben Fuchs, Theodorus Carambellis, Janisha Tutton, Danny Sinclair, Jacob D. Bradford, Justine Can't Believe It's Almost 421.
Happy birthday.
Just Josh, Sergeant Sparty, Ed Birch, Helen Ford, Luminos, Superfloss, Tatiana Clay, Danielle D. Verona, Rob Devereaux, Jesse Stillwell, Katie Lee G. Oh, Dev fucked me up again this week.
What did you do?
Robert Vu.
What?
Robert, fuck.
Dev Rob DeVere?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Bobby. Don Bjorn, Nestor De Leon, Luis Hernandez, Alexander Legowski, Monique Quistorf, Jamie Garner, Cody Ostelas, Felicia Shimberry, and Matthew J. Palka. You guys, thank you so much for listening. And I hope you guys have a great week.
Yes.
Bye.
Me too. Bye.
What? What were you going to say?
I had too many things at once.
Okay.
And it would have just kept going. So I'll see you next week.
Okay.
We'll answer a bunch more questions. Give me a text.
Text him.
Peace in your crease.
818-722-8682.
Me too.